In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to manage multiple windows. Because as I mentioned, you're typically going to have more than one window open. You might have multiple programs opening, so it gets a little cluttered there, and you want a quick way to navigate back and forth. So if you're writing a term paper and you're doing some research online, maybe you want to juggle between two different windows. Maybe you're doing a presentation and you've got a PowerPoint slide running, and then you want to jump into the application itself to demonstrate something. So there's a variety of reasons you might want to quickly be able to jump back and forth between a window and window. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and show us some cool features that we have inside of Windows to make that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and launch a tab here, and I'll just jump down to cnn.com, and I will minimize this window here by left clicking our minimize button, and then I'm going to go ahead and launch Word here by left clicking, and I'm going to go ahead and minimize that window as well. And right now I'm going to go back to my cnn.com website, and let's say I will right click instead of left clicking, and I'm going to go to New Window. I'll select a new window, and in this case I'm going to go to target.com, and I will minimize that window. And now essentially I've got three separate windows open. I've got two windows, one program, and one window for the Word program there. And what I want to be able to do is manage these windows, so I'm going to effectively jump back and forth between the two. So I'm going to go over here to my computer, and I'm going to use what they call Alt-Tab. And as I do Alt-Tab, you'll notice that I'm able to select between the windows that I have running. I also have another application running here to basically record this session here. But as you can see, I'm able to access all the other windows that I have open. I've got Word open, I have my cnn.com window open here, and I have various windows running at the same time. And if I want to access any of these, I can basically just kind of roll over and I have access there. But utilizing your Alt-Tab is a very quick way to get to your windows back and forth if you've got multiple applications running. I want to quickly get to my cnn.com, then I want to quickly switch over to Word and get to that item. So you can get to one or the other with just a click of a button. And that's the goal of the Alt-Tab. You also have another function. I'm going to go ahead and minimize these here inside of Windows, and you have what they call Windows tab. And as you can see on the Windows tab, it's a little bit fancier, and they've kind of moved over diagonally, and we can kind of skim through the windows that we have, and whichever one is at the forefront here, we've got Target, we release, we go directly to Target. And then we might want to jump over to our Word program, and then we go directly to the Word program overlapping the Target one. So that's a Windows tab. And you may be clicking on your Windows tab and thinking, well, I'm not getting that at all. That's because we have what we call Aero accessed. We've got an Aero feature inside of our desktop. So I'm going to right click and kind of show you how that magic is happening here. I'm going to right click anywhere inside of my desktop that's not on an icon here, and I'm going to go down to personalize. And I've got an Aero theme running, which means that I've got access to that Windows tab button that you would not have if you have one of these themes. So if I've got a Windows Basic theme here, let me switch back to Windows Basic. I'll have that running. And you can see when I click the Alt tab, once Windows decides to catch up with us, so give it a few minutes here, and you will not have access to that. But in turn, and I think we've just crashed Windows. So I will go ahead and do Control Alt. Oh, there we go. Now we're back to basics. So what I want to do is do the Windows tab, and that's not accessible. I cannot get to that. So I would have to go back to my Aero theme in order to make that happen. So you want to be very aware of that in terms of what theme that you have accessed on your computer. So you go back to personalize, and we would switch that back up to the Aero theme and have that running as well.